Okay, we are broadcasting. This is such an experience for those of us who are just not as skilled as John in looking like a radio host. I'm just fumbling around the screen and looking at the blinking red light and being transfixed when I realize that we are actually there and people can see us. Okay, so 50th year of Enable. The way this works at the end of Enable Ottawa, Dean and I, by the way, Dean and I are virtually twins, as you can tell, just by our looks, and also just nature. We prefer to showcase others who are you know, much more eloquent and smarter than myself. So Dean excluded from this, but otherwise we are very similar. And what we like to do at the end is you know, just we walk to the stage and we talk, and we're never prepared, as you can tell by my rambling right now. What's missing for me is I miss occasionally. I will just kind of, you know, we will give each other hugs and sometimes hold hands as we close the day. So that's missing, and I'm feeling very awkward right now. But I'll try to reflect a little bit on this and pass it on to Dean. We have way too much time, considering I've got nothing. What can I say? Every time we have Enable Ottawa, every time I get excited about the power of connecting people on different issues of accessibility. I said earlier, from different backgrounds and different experiences. I will put a different spin in this closing comment on this. I truly feel that there's something emerging in our society. A new space, a new field of accessibility that is a truly multidisciplinary cross-sectoral field. I've been saying this randomly everywhere I go, and whether it's appropriate or not for the occasion. I think we have an awesome opportunity to help create such a new field, and it would be an exciting field that brings together people who have never had a chance to collaborate before. The Canadian Accessibility Network is just a way that we've started trying to realize this vision, where you bring a small advocacy group with an industry giant, for example, and you know, one of those top 15 privileged universities, and researchers who are often operating in silos and are not really talking to people in the community. I think there's so much power in doing that and bringing such people together. So that's what I always get excited about when we have Enable, and I would like to encourage everybody. I know we had, Dean, did you say 500, 600? That is unbelievable. So if that kind of messaging can get through to those 500, 600 people, you know, let's connect and let's create this new space, this new field of accessibility. I would love to join that movement. So I'll turn it over to Dean, and then at the end, Dean, if I can just do something unpredictable.
Okay. I think I'm unmuted. My screen is getting a little wonky here, but it's been a fantastic 3 days, and the two people up on the screen beside Boris and I, Moira and John, are key to that. They've been able to maneuver us through this. I've had so many emails from Moira in the last 3 days, I kind of, and then at the end of each one, there's a little message that if you don't need these, you can turn them off. Well, I needed them. Thank you. I was able to make every session, and it all worked really well. So much I've learned from this. I mean, even from the opening session with Mayan. I mean, here's an opportunity that they took their business, which is all about making physical spaces that are accessible, making people aware of that, and letting you crowdsource to do that. And that's still very important, but they pivoted immediately to this situation, and they opened it up to what places are open for business for you from home. So you can make the connection. The Access Now is a Toronto-based operation that is trying to go global. And of course, a lot of their numbers, a lot of the people who signed on right away with the services aren't in the Ottawa area, but now it's up to us. We have the opportunity here in Ottawa to add places to that, to all of us to enter. So there's an immediate takeaway. We can make our community more accessible even during COVID by adding places to that list that will do home delivery and that will do service that will be, help you while you're unable to go out. So that started me right off saying, wow. And then it just got more wow after that. And I could use the 15 minutes. I'm not gonna, but I could, just to talk about that. But it's all recorded, and it's all there for you. You can go back through and take your time, and you can find some of the gems that have dropped onto the floor over the last 3 days. And I hope that you do. I know that there's a lot I want to go back and look at, and there's a lot more that we can all do if we take advantage of the knowledge that we've gained from some of the folks who contributed their time. So that's all I'm going to say right now. I like Boris with surprises. He always has some exciting things to share, and I'd even love it if we could have a quick word from Moira and from John before we do Boris's surprise.
Well, that was it. The surprise. Yes, it doesn't work in a virtual environment. You can't just call on people, do it very insensitively and make them embarrassed and blush and in front of people. So that's it. It didn't work. It didn't work. So I just want to say I have no words really. Moira, John, how you pull this off so effectively, moving from a big live on-site event to an online virtual environment is incredible. I'm just blown away. So thank you. You are amazing. Dean and I really wanted you to I know you were reluctant to show up, but we wanted people to see your faces. We wanted people to put a face behind that name that keeps coming to our email. Anyway, I just want to create a space for the two of you to just be, and if you wanted to say something, to say something. So thank you again.
Well, you achieved your end very effectively, Boris. I am duly embarrassed. And it's a good thing I'm in a dark room because I am blushing as well. And I just want to say thank you right back. This was a wonderful opportunity. And I think that it's only by the merit of the team that is behind and beside us that has allowed us to I'm going to use a much overused turn of phrase these days, but to pivot from that bricks and mortar event that we were busy trying to construct back in early March. And as I said to Mike Gifford briefly in a brief email exchange after he presented today, I have to thank him for being the first person really to seed the thinking, the contingency plan thinking that we had in mind. Should COVID force us to move out of a bricks and mortar environment? So it was with that seed planted that that this all began, and John came forward with the Hay Summit platform, and Boris and Dean said, "Yeah, go do it," and the rest is, you know, a testament of where we are today. And I think it was a wonderful opportunity, and the first of many, I hope, you know, going forward. So thank you.
I just want to add, and it's been such a great team, and it's not over.
No.
John, I hope that it was John's idea, and he pushed for us to add these fireside chats at the end of the day, allowing our sponsors and our participants, I should say, our partners in this, because Enable Ottawa has had these partners from the beginning. And we will hopefully continue to have them. So, John, if you could maybe introduce the 3 fireside chats that are going to happen, and anyone who hasn't registered for them, the opportunity is there for you to register for them. There's some great content still to come. I'll turn it to you, John.
Actually, sorry. Oh, I just remembered. I was messing with you. I do have something. Before John takes over. Hold on a second. Oh, stop the celebration. Stop the streamers and the glitter. Stop.
I can mute Boris if we want right now. Just let me know.
Oh, the power. Okay, so here's the thing. Dean Mellway. Okay. Dean Mellway started the READ initiative in 2011. Did anybody mention that over the course of the conference? I don't think so. Dean Mellway has been this amazing pioneer, advocate, champion, innovative mind, just this incredible person, and a great mentor and a friend to me. Dean chaired the Enable Ottawa. He did it with such grace and such amazing leadership that I just wanted to take time to say thank you, Dean. You are a gift to me personally, to Reed, to Carlton, to all of our friends in accessibility across this country. So thank you for all your amazing work. There you go. Gotcha.
Yes.
John, feel me out here.
All right. Well, thanks again for. I mean, the only sort of thing I wanted to briefly end with in terms of the you know, being sort of spotlight here a little bit is that I'm used to working on my own. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm used to having just me and myself and I to count on. I wear all the hats. And in this process, I've learned how wonderful it is to be part of a team on people that you can count on. And honestly, as much as I was able to sort of drive the boat in terms of some of the tech, if I didn't have Moira in the back end to handle for us to gripe at each other as we were getting through the various obstacles of trying to learn how to share documents on Teams, I don't think we would have pulled this off as quite as brilliant and as eloquently as we have done so. So thank you, Moira, for that. I want to thank everyone for attending this year's event. And before we go, another large thanks to AI Media, who would provide captioning support for this year's event. And as always, to the wonderful Ministry of Ontario for its continued financial support of Enable Ottawa. They help keep the lights on.
And may I just add one more PS to all of this by way of thank you, and something I should have mentioned earlier. I just want to say that the platform and the platform and the spirit and the look of that which is Enable Ottawa today was driven to a large degree, I understand, by Zara, who's now with Tetra Society of North America, and who you'll be hearing from. I think that Zara will actually be presenting during the collaborators sessions later this afternoon. And so I just want to acknowledge the fact that that Zara was a driving force in the past, and was certainly instrumental in helping me to understand the shape and form that is Enable Ottawa. So thank you.
Great. Well, thanks again, everyone. I'm calling it, this officially marks the end of Enable Ottawa 2020. But we do encourage you to sign up for the after hours sessions, AKA the fireside chats that I've so wittily named, even though it's the middle of summer. If you haven't already signed up, you can still do so on the website, enableottawa.ca. There is also, of course, the ability to follow on our mailing list, which I will also put into the chat right now. And that will provide you the links to all the events coming over the next 90 minutes. So we're going to take a bit of a break here for about 15 minutes before we start with a March of Dimes at 4:30. Then we have Tetra Society at 5 o'clock, and we're concluding with Neil Squire Society at 5 p.m. At 5:30. They are actually doing a session on the accessibility services that are baked into Microsoft Office 365. So that's proving to be a good one. So hope to see you all back. And thanks again. Yes, the fireside chats will definitely be recorded, Andrea. We will send you those links on the mailing list as always. Thank you. Bye, everyone. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye.